Our next presenter is Jesse Simon, a member of the Temple of Aaron Synagogue.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm going to put this up here, get situated. All right. Well, thank you. My name is Jesse Simon, as he said, and Eureka Recycling generously asked me to speak at this momentous event, not because I am an expert or own a business in the zero waste industry, but because I am an ordinary guy with a story to tell about transitioning my synagogue to zero waste products and taking the first step to making my religious community a zero waste community. And yes, I'm implying that you all are beautifully unordinary. I'm ordinary. So, my story begins last year when my wife and I joined our local synagogue because we believe it is an excellent venue for our children to grow and learn about Jewish values and has a growing community of young families. However, when we attended our first weekly Saturday religious service, I was appalled that the congregational lunch, or kiddush, was served entirely on disposable styrofoam plates, bowls, and cups, and the flatware, of course, was plastic. Even the main course hot dishes on the buffet line were served in foil pans, which went right into the trash after the meal. I should note that they have to serve the meal on disposable products rather than china because the meal is a kosher meal. Without getting too technical, let me just say it's easier that way. Like anybody in this room, I was outraged, especially since many of the neighboring synagogues have already started the eco-product transition. Needless to say, I felt a deep need to complain. So I did just that, and this, in a nutshell, was the response from our executive director. Jesse, you're right, but we do not have a surplus budget. Our fiscal priorities are keeping the lights and heat on and paying a small staff. Our congregants are dying off faster than new ones like you are joining. If you truly want this to happen, you need to figure out the cost difference in products and raise the money. Good luck. So I'm not going to lie. I found this response very challenging because I was living in the paradigm of a paying member who should get what he wants when he wants it. But his response was honest and represented a microcosm of the greater issue. My synagogue was no different than any other business organization like the Minnesota State Fair or my favorite restaurant, or even a family that is cutting costs on their child's birthday party. Their reality, like my synagogue's, is the fiscal bottom line. At the beginning of the day and at the end of the day, it's all about the bottom line. The reality is that zero waste products are not in line with the majority of the world's fiscal bottom line. So what am I to do? My first response was to either pay for the whole thing myself, which I could do since my wife and I make a decent living, or I could turn around and run to one of the other synagogues that was already taking action. I seriously considered both, but I quickly came to my senses and realized that doing either of those two would be a cop-out. If I am truly concerned about the overuse of 100% waste products, why would I abandon a congregation and let them continue to pollute the environment? Even worse, how could I pass on the golden opportunity to lecture ordinary people about my zero waste ideals? At the end of the day, there was more value in raising awareness than simply writing a check. I decided to face the challenge and raise the money. My mission suddenly became clear. In order to raise surplus money for my congregation to pay for the zero waste products, I had to align the virtue of zero waste products with Jewish virtues. I did this by pointing out an ancient Talmudic virtue of repairing the world, known in Hebrew as tikkun olam. By giving money to replace the 100% waste products, we are, in a sense, repairing the world. We also raised awareness by tying the idea that this last year in the Hebrew calendar was also the year of giving back to the land, or what we call a Shemitah year, which occurs every 7 years. My temple opened what we called the Environmental Tikkun Olam Fund, where members could donate in honor of loved ones or a life event. I keep the message alive on a monthly basis in our congregation newsletter. By tying in the ancient Jewish virtues to the virtue of zero waste, it was rather easy to raise the money to replace the products. In closing, I would like to say that I am grateful for my executive director's honesty. This has been an eye-opening experience and has led me to many new relationships and partnerships with like-minded people. An example being the brilliant staff at Eureka, whom have consulted us at Temple of Aaron about moving towards a zero-waste congregation. I have been given a chance to voice my passion to my community, and they have responded. So now I am here before you, and I want to leave with this question. If we are a congregation of zero-waste activists, what can we do to make zero waste part of the world's fiscal bottom line? How can we, everybody in this room, make zero waste products ordinary? Thank you and shalom.